Why did a random security check leave this man visibly shaken?
Single bag? Where'd you buy it? Where'd you buy it? Where'd you get this bag?
What started as a routine checkpoint turned into a shocking discovery that nobody saw coming.
Alright, put your bags up here.
Smugglers think that they're smarter than the police, but what happens when their well-planned out ideas don't go as planned? Here are 3 instances when smugglers realized the police found their disturbing secret. Starting off at the Miami International Airport, a passenger arriving from Jamaica immediately acts suspicious when he notices the police outside of his gate. When selected for a random security check, the man seems nervous about answering even the most simple of questions.
Step over here, please. How you doing, man?
What part of Jamaica?
Brownstown.
Brownstown. Where's that by?
It's like
It's up in the hill. It's kind of, is it up in the hills? Up into the mountain? You think or you know? But we noticed he grew increasingly nervous and hesitated during questioning. He just seemed a bit off. Some of his responses and his behavior are not indicative of someone who was traveling for tourism.
Knowing that something was off, the police officers escorted him to baggage reclaim so that they could inspect his luggage. It didn't take long before they noticed the passenger was acting increasingly more suspicious.
While we were waiting for the bag, it was observed that the passenger was agitated. He was unable to have a normal stance, sometimes shifting his weight.
As soon as the passenger got his suitcase, the police brought him into an inspection room to examine his bag for anything illegal. At the same time, they continued to ask him more questions about his trip.
All right, put your bags up here. Where'd you buy it? Where'd you buy it? Where'd you get this bag?
He would hesitate to every question I would ask him. So it led me to believe that he was hiding something.
There were a lot of inconsistencies with his story and the reason and how he obtained the bag.
After carefully reviewing the bag, the officers noticed something fairly strange about it.
The rivets have been changed. These are factory rivets here.
While checking the bag, we noticed a few anomalies around the railing of the bag.
Coke. Plastic pouch, we read and tested using this Gemini. All right, just positive.
We're placing an arrest for importation of narcotics in the form of cocaine.
The police ended up seizing a total of 0.54 grams of cocaine. That's approximately $130,000 worth in Bermuda, which was the smuggler's final destination. Now caught red-handed, the suspect immediately backtracks his previous statement.
So your mom didn't give you the bag. Who gave you the bag? I'm sorry, what was that? No comment. No comment.
After pleading guilty, the smuggler was sentenced to 12 months and 1 day in prison. And if you thought this was bad, wait until you see this next clip of a driver attempting to smuggle something far worse. Down at the US-Mexico border, this red car was selected for a random inspection. When monitoring the car through an X-ray, an officer was immediately alarmed.
There's a body in the trunk. There's a secondary lot.
Let's go. In just a few seconds, the red car was surrounded by Border Patrol, where they then arrested the driver and then opened up the trunk of the car.
Te dije no se mueva. All right, don't move. Are you okay? Yes? Okay. Any weapons on you? Okay, hands behind your back. Separate your feet. Separa los pies. Separa los pies.
And if you think it couldn't get any worse than this, stick around for the next clip, as it's likely to shock you more than the first two combined. A woman arrives at the US border carrying a child where she claims to be the aunt. However, the Border Patrol officer doesn't buy her story one bit.
She's claiming to be an aunt of this baby, and she doesn't seem to know any of the answers that you would normally know about your niece or nephew.
On top of this, a key giveaway she was lying was this yellow bag that she had brought with her. It turns out just a few days earlier, Border Patrol caught another woman attempting to smuggle a Mexican baby into the United States with the exact same yellow bag. With this in mind, the officer proceeds to ask the woman specific questions about the child.
¿Tú a la niña cada cuándo la ves?
Cada otra semana, a lo mejor.
Y dices que no sabes la fecha cuando nació la baby.
No, pero creo que fue en marzo.
¿Tienes tus fotos de la niña en tu teléfono?
No, en mi teléfono no tengo.
Yo pienso que la niña no es quien tú dices que es.
Es que la verdad no es mi sobrina.
The woman eventually admits that she isn't the child's aunt and explains that she was paid $500 to bring the baby into the U.S.
Ya no te muevas, dame a la niña, okay? This is not her baby. Can you handcuff? I'll bring her back here.
The officer takes the baby away from the smuggler and then arrests the woman on charges of child smuggling. It turns out that the real parents of the child already entered the US illegally, and as a result, they hired a smuggling ring to bring them their baby. The only thing as satisfying as watching smugglers get caught is watching when Karen shoplifters realize that they've also been caught in 4K. Click here to watch that video. We'll see you there.